That was some great stuff about Facebook and social media from Manuel Suarez, but we're going to keep the ball rolling here. And now let's talk about influencers and how you can use influencers, both macro and micro, or which one should you actually use to help you promote your products and sell more on Amazon. Paul has a company that actually helps Amazon sellers and e-commerce sellers in general actually take advantage of the power of influencers in helping to launch their brand and helping them to get the word out there. And so he's going to be sharing with you some of the strategies and techniques that really work well when it comes to influencer marketing. So Paul, glad to have you here, man. Let's see what you got.
Hey guys, my name is Paul Barron, and I'm excited to be walking you through how you can develop a tribe of nano influencers, micro influencers, and sometimes even mega and celebrity influencers to partner with you for long-term success on Amazon. So let's dive into the slides. The title of today's module is Amazon ranking via influencer partnerships and how chat marketing can be an effective tool. I mean, an alternate title could be how we in our brands have paid less than $10,000 for over $1.1 million in earned media value exposure. And we also sell generally at twice the cost of our competition. We generally don't lose rank unless someone's black hat attacking us. So let's dive in. Who am I? First and foremost, if you're not familiar with me, I am first and foremost a husband. My wife's name is Rochelle, and a father. My son is Bo, and my daughter is Lael. Been married since 2010, and I am primarily I'm a family guy. I founded a couple e-commerce brands. I'm the founder and CEO of the Chat Agency. We provide done-for-you chat marketing services as well as nano influencer and influencer build-outs for highly select audiences. On the influencer side, I'm the founder and CEO of the first ever course on chat marketing for Amazon sellers called Chat Marketing University. Bunch of other stuff, and a few fun facts about me. People call me an expert. I really consider myself an accidental expert. We were on the Rachel Ray show back in 2016, and this is just a few of the kind of bigger mentions that we've had for one of our brands. All over the place. Now, we got these placements because of our grassroots publicity. All of this was really powered by nurturing tribes of raving influencer fans, and not just influencer, but nano influencer fans, because over 90% of the influencers that are a part of our tribe, as we call them, are in the nano bracket. And really what we work to do is convert our influencers, our customers, to become a brand ambassador for us. And if you are unfamiliar with what an influencer is, I'm just going to break it down really simply for you. So essentially, an influencer is anyone who has the power to affect the purchasing decisions of others because of his or her authority, knowledge, position, or relationship with their audience. Now, they generally have a following in a distinct niche with whom they actively engage, and the size of that following depends on the size of their topic or niche. Generally, that a brand ambassador and influencer is someone who is a face of your brand. They're a true brand enthusiast and a person who really loves your brand and your brand story, products, and mission. They're not just partnering with you because you're paying them. This is really a relationship-driven approach. And they're able and eager to promote your brand to their network. They have tons of content. They create content. They're content creators and they're distributors. And some of the exposure that we've gotten and you can get in partnering with social media influencers or influencers in general is images, blogs, videos, obviously social proof, and word of mouth promotion. So think of this as a way for you to get what I think of it as is word of mouth promotion for your brand on Amazon, on your website, anywhere really. And all of this social proof is huge. And the other thing that I would like you to change your thinking is that every single person on the planet is an influencer of one degree or another in your sphere of influence. Maybe your sphere is really small. Maybe it's just a couple people. Maybe your sphere is a couple hundred people. Maybe it's a couple thousand. But what I want you to start thinking through and change the way that you think about influencers, specifically social media influencers, start to value and put higher value on the people that are, say, at the bottom of this pyramid, the nano influencers, the ones that have, less than 10,000 followers. I really love working with people on Instagram that have just a couple hundred followers and just a couple thousand, because all of this stuff, as you go up this ladder here, you're going to see an increase in cost in working with influencers. But you do get greater reach. Obviously, celebrities have they're millions and millions of followers, so you're going to get greater reach, but you're not going to have as specific of followings, and you're not going to have as high of an engagement either. And really, what I care about and what you should be caring about is high engagement versus high reach. Now, reach is cool, but if you're reaching the wrong people and you're not reaching the correct people, it doesn't matter because they're not going to be purchasing from you. Now, working with people up on the top of the tier, you are going to see greater professionalism, but generally their posts are going to be less authentic. And it's not as accessible to, say, work with a celebrity. Not everybody can afford to or can even get to be, somebody who works with, say, like a Kardashian or something on those lines. Now, greater professionalism, really what that means is, when we've worked with celebrities, that means that we go through their lawyers and their agents, and it's giant pain in the ass and it takes forever. That is why I like to work on this right hand side, on the bottom side of this, because there's greater accessibility, there's greater authenticity, there's less professionalism. I'm not a very professional person. I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt. The only time you're going to see me wearing a suit is when I'm at a conference, I'm speaking on stage, and one of the reasons for that is that conferences are always freezing and they keep me warm. But obviously, all of these reasons, greater specificity, accessibility, authenticity, the engagement is through the roof, and it's way more cost effective. And on this, again, now we put TikTok down there at the bottom up to 50,000. But some of the stuff, we've actually been able to get mid-tier TikTok influencers, 500,000 people, for really just a free product. And I'm going to walk you through kind of how we've done that. So really, what is a nano influencer? A nano influencer is someone who has between 1,000 and 10,000 followers on social media, specifically Instagram. Now, TikTok, it can be up to 50,000. Generally, they would be considered nano. And like I said, we have been able to create partnerships with actually mid-tier influencers on TikTok, for really just the price of a free product, and just being nice, being genuine with them, having a great product and a great customer experience and everything about our brand. So one of the reasons why I like working with nano influencers is because they have real followers. These people are not really thinking, generally speaking, how can I make money doing this? They're thinking, I want to take photos of my kids and my family and the things that we enjoy. And, that type of content, the real content, creates real followers. They're not going out there and buying fake followers like a lot of the people way up top on the list generally do. They generally have a community of your ideal demographic following them. If you do your targeting right, if you know who your customers are and you reach out to people that say, here's a hint, reach out to your customers and see if they would be willing to, be influencers for you, be brand ambassadors or brand reps for you. Their following, it generally speaking, is very similar to them. And what they are is they actually represent that trusted voice with customers in your target market. Now, super nano influencer, I love building out armies of brand ambassadors and creating super fans, super nano influencers. I'm all about creating just the best customer experience and elevating all of our people to become brand ambassadors and become super fans. And what we've seen with this is that they then actually help manage the relationships with our other influencers, and they actually generally just live for and endorse our brand organically because it's really good. Like, for example, we are getting into retail now. We have retail catalogs. We're working with wholesalers, distributors, and all that sort of stuff. And we made a post in one of our Facebook groups to our influencers that, hey, if you want to take one of our catalogs and, drop it off at a boutique, we'd love it if you want to do this. We didn't even tell them yet that we're going to pay them. We're going to be giving them commission on any sales they've generated. But we had, about 10 people within the first couple days say that they wanted us to mail them catalogs so that they could take them to their boutiques and help us get into retail because they love us, not because we're paying them, because we haven't even told them that we're going to pay them yet, which is awesome. The other thing is that they recruit within their network of friends. Some of our best influencers have come to us because somebody on our team, an influencer on our team, told them about our program, told them about us, and then they joined. And really, like I said, they're eager to help when you need specific content, whether it's an ask like, hey, we're getting into retail. Do you want to take our catalog into stores? Or, hey, we need a bunch of videos for this product because we're doing this launch. It's amazing what happens when you start treating people with respect and you build relationships with them, that your goal is to just nurture them and make them super stoked about you. So that's the what. That's what influencers are. Now, why did we start doing this? Our approach to building out and working with influencers is pretty different than most people because we don't have one-off partnerships. We generally don't do one big campaign with one influencer and then never work with them again. We really like nurturing our relationship and building on those relationships over time. So this is why and this is how we started doing this. Back in February 14th, 2017. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be walking you through our brand. Okay, so this is one of our brands on Amazon. So a couple caveats. If you are in your product research phase, this is really not a good product to sell. Right now, it's super saturated. It's extremely seasonal. And like I had mentioned earlier, we've had a lot of black hat attacks because we're category leaders. Now, that being said, if you do try to sell in this, good luck. We will crush you. So moving on, February 14th, 2017. This was our Instagram feed. This was just coming off of our appearance on Rachel Ray Show. And we were like, okay, we're getting all these sales on our website and we need to have a better social media appearance. But if you look, it's like terrible content. Like I did like this, I tried to do like a Mickey Mouse waffle and it ended up looking like a demented Mickey, Frankenstein Mickey. And then really, really confusing. And it was not on brand. And so what we decided to do was start a brand rep search back in 2017. And so that's the post in the lower right-hand corner. And within 6 weeks, we got our very first real photo from a brand rep. This is Melanie Morabito, and they were on a vacation in Hawaii. We thought it was amazing. I was so stoked about getting this first set of photos. And then within a week after that, our feed was just completely transformed. So if you go to our Instagram and you start scrolling through it, you can see like how we have completely up-leveled our game. And this is massive for you if you're looking for a big exit, because what the big companies do, if you want to be considered a real business, you need to build your own audience. You need to build your own social media that stands on its own, and that will help you get those other placements like I had mentioned earlier. So some of the benefits of doing this is we're actually the #1 recommended brand in 7 out of 10 best of lists on page 1 in Google search, which is huge for us because all of that traffic, actually, most of it goes straight to Amazon. So we get a ton of off Amazon traffic that is actually from Amazon influencers, Amazon affiliates, that Amazon values that traffic really, really high because it converts really well. The other major benefit that we see is we have a page 1 ranking on Google for reusable swim diapers. Why that matters is we keystone our price. So the concept of keystoning, or you could call it imprinting, is when you imprint the value of something in your head. So think of it like this. If you go to, let's say, Best Buy and you're shopping for TVs and you see, okay, well, this super TrueLED, whatever, OLED thing is like $10,000, and then the low end, the crappy color, it's not very good, is $500. What is going on there is, by comparison, you are imprinting that the value of the best thing is $10,000. So because of all of this off Amazon proof, all of the best of lists, all that sort of thing, when people come to us and they look for reusable swim diapers, they're going to see on our website that they're $18.99 for one. And we sell them on Amazon for $16.97. And most people say, well, that's really counterintuitive. Why are you selling them for less on Amazon than you do on your website? And quite simply, we're doing this because we want to maintain our ranking on Amazon. And we want to make sure that when people go to Amazon, they see it as a deal. It's $2 off. And they don't look at the fact that our competition that's basically knocking us off is, selling way less. They're selling, between 2 and 3 times less. Or yeah, they're selling generally 2 or 3 for like $12.99 or something like this. So that is a massive benefit because, in this business, it doesn't matter how much you make if you're not taking anything home at the end of the day. If you're making $100,000 and your expenses are $100,000, it doesn't matter, right? If you make $10 million and you have $10 million of expenses, it's all about margins. So we have really good margins on Amazon. Another major benefit is we have massive amount of earned media. So the earned media value, what I mean by that is that if we were to pay for this media exposure, it would have cost us millions and millions of dollars to get that exposure. Now, a couple key points here is that on average, the way that we run our program is we get about 2,000 photos every 3 months. Now, to date, since we've been running this program in our business, we've gotten over 11,000 pieces of user-generated content. Now, why does that matter? Again, social proof off Amazon is huge. It helps you win the game. It helps you win the fight on Amazon when there is a massive amount of people that are saying this company is the best, and then, people go and search for your product on Amazon, it will help you win that battle on Amazon. It will help you sell more on Amazon. Plus, all of that user-generated content, we own the rights to because of the way that we set this up. We put contracts together. And again, if you have any questions about this, I'm going to have a bunch of free slides at the end that are actually not included in this presentation, but they're available in the download. And I kind of walk through our process. And if it's something that you just want to hire us to do, we can do that as well. But anyway, coming back to this, we have 11,000 pieces of user-generated content that we own the rights to. Now, we can put that on Amazon Posts, which posts.amazon.com is a fantastic method of free advertising, and it's one of the most, in my opinion, one of the hidden gems that people are underutilizing because they don't have content. Now, value in lifestyle photo shoots. Now, if we were to get 11,000 photos, generally speaking, in a photo shoot with a professional photographer that's worth hiring, not just some random yoo-hoo that's going to charge you $20 and give you 100 crappy photos that's just building their resume or whatever. With a good photographer, generally going to get you about 20 to 50 photos per photo shoot. Sometimes you'll get like 100. That would be about 550 shoots, right? So we got 20 photos per shoot. On average, in the past, when we've done lifestyle photo shoots, the bare minimum that we paid is at least $500. So that's $275,000 that we would have paid for photos, but we didn't have to pay because we are building and nurturing tribes of raving superfans, nano influencers. Now, in earned media shoutouts, 11,000 pieces of user-generated content. You can go and pay for user-generated content, lifestyle images. There are services now that will charge you between $100 and $200 per photo. Now, according to Social Media Marketing Hub and according to Influencer Marketing Hub, the average cost of getting influencers in the nano influencer market, working with them is going to cost you between $10 and $100. And so that could be, $10 product costs, actually paying them. So we don't work with crappy, garbage, photographers. We make sure as a part of to join our team, be a part of our team, you have to be good at what you're doing. So that's where this $1.1 million in earned media value, the shout outs come from, because we're not having to pay $100 per photo. We used to do that when we first got started, but these major benefits, sales generated from organic reach, we get a ton of sales from organic reach. Like I said, we're going through a black hat attack now where somebody has removed our primary product from our main category and put us in adult. What that means is you can't find us if you go through search. And Amazon's being stupid, and we're fighting with them to get it back, and it's a long story. But my point is, we actually are still generating sales because of the off Amazon traffic, even though you can't find us in search, which again is super painful. But we are still generating sales on Amazon because of all of that work that we've done. So a couple other things here. This is a screenshot from our Giphy channel. And, as you know, within Instagram, up until recently, in order to access a link, you had to swipe up. And so this was a sort of hack that we had put together where we could sort of detect how many people were viewing our stories, because we put this branded Giphy channel together for influencers to use in their stories. So when they post a story, we just ask them to put one of our stickers on their story. And so we can see that we get generally 3 million story views every summer, which is crazy because we only have like 14,000 followers personally. But all of our followers of our influencers, they range hundreds of thousands into the millions. In 20 months alone, since we started doing this, we've had over 11.1 million story views. Again, this is helping us win the battle before people even go to Amazon and think about buying from us. So some of the value in sales generated, say just by story views alone, we know that on average, based on the reports that we get from our influencers and then what we see in our stories, we have a general click-through rate of about 12%. And generally, the conversion rate after that is about 1%. So out of 11.1 million story views, and, do the math. You can, double check it. I just checked it before. I'm not going to break it down, but 12% click-through rate, 1% purchase at $16, average order value on Amazon, it's $213,120. Now just think about this. If your average order value was $100 or $50, obviously it's going to be way bigger for you. Another major benefit is we get on-demand content creation. Like I had mentioned, when we post and ask in our group with our brand reps on Facebook, we say, hey ladies, we need some photos highlighting our new product. They give us those photos, and these are videos, an example. So this is just a video of a new wet bag that we released that is Primarily, it's an off Amazon product for upsells on our website and average order value increase on our website. And it does rank decently well on Amazon. And you do a better job actually ranking that. We've been focusing too much on the black hat stuff with our main stuff. But anyway, so all of this stuff, we got these videos within about 24 hours. Absolutely fantastic. And we didn't have to pay anything for them. We actually did give them money because we said, hey, anybody who does this, we're going to give you, I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't what you would normally pay. The going rate is what is, you get what I'm saying. So we leverage this for product launches. And generally speaking, we are profitable on our product launches because we're not having to give our stuff away for free because we have an audience. We generally just do a discount. And it's amazing. Imagine launching a product and you don't have to go to a service and pay them, $5, $10, $15, or $25 per product plus your product cost and everything else. Like, that's thousands of dollars that you're saving right there. Another massive benefit. As you are building your business, you need to think about the end game. Are you going to be in this for the long haul? Are you trying to build $1 billion household name brand, kind of be like the Anchor of the world and do an IPO? Or are you going to be like most Amazon sellers and look at an exit within, 2 to 3, 4, 5 years? This increases your equity dramatically when you exit. And so I had actually interviewed a couple different people at various aggregators, acquisition firms. Kyle Walker is really cool, actually. He actually used to work for Amazon. He ran Amazon Launchpad, a couple other things, and so he knows his stuff. And what he had said is that they're going to throw their attention at Foundry and their support behind a brand that has built a loyal following, over the past 12 to 15 months. Now, he said that specifically because it said, let's say you want to exit in 18 months or 24 months. That's where that 12 to 15 came in. So if you have the system in place to be able to listen and learn from your loyal audience, and if you've proven out that you're able to build that audience, that is infinitely more valuable than a product just selling a few more units at launch. Why is it more valuable? Well, launch success, profitable launches. Do you think that these guys want to acquire a brand that has to, pay $25,000 every time they launch a product? Or would they rather acquire a brand that has a built-in system of raving fans that they launch it profitably? I mean, it's a no-brainer, really. Jeremy Bell, awesome guy, Chief M&A Officer, Elevate. If you ever get a chance to talk to him, he's a cool dude from Australia, and love the guy. So he says, most products have a short life cycle. Brands with raving fans and an audience can survive for generations. We are building a portfolio of brands that should win long-term and will pay a premium for brand. So brands have stories. Brands have audiences. Brands have things that are unique about them. They care about their products. They don't care about just cashing out quick and ranking best on Amazon. No, you, as a brand, you care about making a difference in the world. You care about, making sure that you provide the best product for the right customers. And as you can see, these are just a couple quotes, but really, you go to any of the aggregators, it will increase your multiple if you have an audience. Now, according to a couple different resources here, the ROI measured, the measurement of return on investment, generally speaking, most brands, 38% of brands, only measure their ROI in terms of sales or conversions. So that means that most brands actually measure in a different, what do they measure? They measure in earned media value. I said this several different times. Well, earned media value is really close. It's in the branding side of things. It is kind of technically in the marketing side, but it's mostly like publicity, right? In publicity, you get earned media. And an earned media post is, say, a shout out in Forbes magazine or something like that. And that is massive for driving your brand recognition and sales. But it's really hard to track the ROI of that, especially when you sell on Amazon, because how are you going to see that the link came from Forbes to Amazon? You really can't see that. And that's one of the reasons why people measure it in earned media value, because earned media value is the equivalent of if you were to pay for that placement, again, which is where if we would have paid $100 per post, we would have spent over $1 million. And I don't have that money lying around to just pay people to create content for us. So why? Why do they do that? It's because they know, experienced brands know that earned media value is a very good measurement, not just sales. Now, according to the Influencer Marketing Hub's benchmark report, they estimate that there's $5.20 return on every $1 spent on influencer marketing. According to Thomason, the ROI is actually $6.50 on every $1 spent. So if you wanted to look at it that way, just think of it as a 5x return or a 6x return. So a couple side benefits of this system. One of the reasons why we rank so well on Google is because we've leveraged this for SEO content. We have turned our bloggers, our influencers that have blogs, into link builders. So if you know anything about SEO, one of the ways that SEO works, well, the primary way is that people look at popularity really, and they say like, if all of these sites point back to this company as really cool, really good, then and these sites appear to be authorities on the subject, then they would say that this site then must be an authority. And it passes link juice. So that link juice can go, again, it could go to Amazon, which will help your Amazon rankings. It will help your rankings on Google for your Amazon searches or your Amazon product. But if you want it to go to your website, it's going to help you with your website SEO. You can leverage this for review generation. The biggest thing is that you need to stay within Amazon's terms of service, laws, etc. And if you aren't familiar with the terms of service, don't ask a guru. Go read them for yourself, okay? And then when you have questions about what the terms of service say, ask people that have read them. And don't just assume that, well, you can't do this or you can do this because you see other people doing it. Other great thing is, again, building grassroots publicity. We leverage this for bigger and better placements all the time because big media outlets aren't really necessarily going to cover you if nobody's ever talking about you. And so they kind of look down a chain. So again, looking at this social proof that you're getting, this content that you're getting is giving you authority. I said that a couple different times, high authority websites, right? So why does that matter? Authority in a space, right? You're going to work with people that have authority because people that have authority have trust. If you have trust, you can generate sales, which, long-term success. And I don't know why people aren't doing this normally. Honestly, there's been this game for the past few years of just rank quick, rank fast, release a lot of products, and then sell and get out, which I see that really coming to an end because of how Amazon is positioning everything for brand success. So a couple prerequisites that you need to have in order to start working with influencers. You need to focus on branding. And what does that mean? So there are ways that brands are recognized, and that is through packaging, through color schemes, through logos, through even the way that they communicate. Say Chick-fil-A, for example, they will say "my pleasure" instead of "you're welcome." That is all a part of brand. All brands have great stories. They have stories that connect with people. Why do they have stories? Because we as human beings are storytellers. We don't sit around the table at the end of the day and talk about the facts and figures. And, today I worked for approximately 8.5372 hours and I did these 55 tasks. No, you talk about the stories, the highlights. When you look through your life, you remember the things that created great emotion. So focus on story, the emotional drive that will connect you with your audience. The other thing that you need to have is you have to have highly differentiated products. In addition to the branding stuff, because let's say you have a great brand, but you're just selling a blue spatula and then everybody else has gray. That is not a biggest differentiating factor. Now, if you had like a blue spatula that was guaranteed to never stick, never break, and you were also giving back a percentage of purchases to the spatula relief fund or something like this, like help feeding people. Now that's cool. That's a differentiation on the product and it's a differentiation on your story. And you really need to be willing to invest in the long term, especially when it comes to tracking that return on investment. Like I said, if you're getting into influencer marketing and thinking, well, this is the golden ticket, I'm going to get, gazillion sales. That's just not going to happen. You have to look at it as a long-term investment, and it's a cumulative effect, especially when partnering with nano influencers. I mentioned this several other times before. You need to have a relationship-based approach. If you go and you approach people and it's only about money and all it is about how much money they can make you, and then it's going to be about money for them too and how much money you pay them. And if you make it more about relationship and how you can help them and how you can make their lives better, how you can help them achieve their goals, and while you help them achieve their goals, they help you achieve your goals, then they begin to work with you on a friend level, on a relationship basis level, and the money is just a bonus. Again, this is not an overnight thing, and there is indirect ROI. Now, influencer marketing and chat marketing, now email marketing and influencer marketing, according to Thomason, are the most cost-effective channels, but actually chat marketing is way more cost-effective than email. Now, this brings us to the how. We use chat marketing for all of our influencer outreach generation, everything. So if you look at this post, the things that I'm highlighting here were actually banned. So I said, follow us, like this post, repost this image, tag us, comment below, all that sort of stuff. It wasn't necessarily banned, but Facebook did release an anti-engagement bait update back in 2017, which basically means that if you do a post like this, you're not going to see any reach. They're going to diminish almost all of the reach that you've got because it's engagement bait. So what we did was we switched over to a system using chatbots. Now we're using Instagram automation. And we have a conversation starter here that then goes into this flow where we say, hey, we're excited that you're interested. And then we go through a couple different things, we tag them, and then, all of this is handled inside ManyChat, inside the Instagram automation side of ManyChat. We do the automated application where we are getting first-party data. Why that matters? Why does first-party data matter? Well, because if you're following along in the industry, Facebook, again, and iOS, Apple, they're just in this constant pissing war. And Apple decided to say, hey, people don't like being tracked across every platform, so we're going to stop doing that. So if you get data directly from your people, you don't need to worry about third-party data tracking. We get social sharing in our automated applications. We get consistency in delivery and follow-up. We're not having to rely on people to see, oh, this person messaged and then go through and then follow up with them manually. We actually get increased purchases, we get custom messaging, and we get immediate action taking. Think about it like this. One of the triggers that you can do in Instagram is you can have an automatic story mention, and I'll walk you through that later. And so one of the things that we do is when somebody mentions us for the first time in a story, we send them an automated, hey, thank you so much for tagging. By the way, did you know that we have this thing? So why are we using chat? Well, if you watch my previous module rather, I am a chatbot geek. And the reason why I'm a chatbot geek is that in the USA alone, there are 285.3 million smartphones that will be in circulation by 2023. 99% of that market share is owned by Apple and Android. Both are re-engineering for chat automation. Every single chat-based platform. So again, SMS, think of just texting your friends. That's a chat-based platform. iMessage for Apple. Now, Android is switching from SMS to RCS, which basically is a new protocol that allows you to be able to build automation on top of it. Now, bottom line, chat marketing is the future. It will be seamless, it will be normal, and it will be cross-platform in the next 3 to 5 years. Now, some exciting news recently, now in the terms of chat marketing and why this matters to you, is there's a WhatsApp integration. We're now able to build automation on WhatsApp. They're beta testing it now. Instagram direct chat marketing automation is available for all professional ManyChat accounts. I say professional accounts because I'm talking about ManyChat specifically. And NLP AI. NLP is natural language processing, not neuro-linguistic programming. Natural language processing, artificial intelligence is gaining ground, and we're seeing a ton of that used in SMS and multimedia text messaging. So some of the ways that you can implement chat marketing in Instagram and how you can build these funnels out are, one, you can do automated comment replies in direct message. So that means if somebody comments on a post, you can automatically reply to them via direct message. When somebody mentions you in a story, like I had said, if somebody tags you in a story, they mention you, you can automate a reply. And what we do is the first time somebody mentions us in a story, we send off a immediate, hey, thank you so much for tagging us. By the way, we'd love it if you wanted to, check out this program that we have. You have also keyword triggers in direct message, and then influencer directed keywords. And then there's a new one now that there's actually any story reply, not a story mention, but a story reply. So if somebody replies to your story, then you can actually trigger automation without even using a keyword. It's pretty cool. So keyword trigger would be like, message us jacket, for example. Or actually, this is, automated comment replies. I'll get into the story mention and the keywords later. So say comment jacket in the comments below, tag 3 of your friends. So they're breaking some of the rules here, tag 3 of your friends comment. What I would say is, tell us a favorite holiday memory to be entered into this contest. Once you do, we'll send you a direct message with more details. And then that triggers automation, like any comment, or you can have it be keyword specific comments. Then you have automated story mention replies. So here, that person say, you mentioned story, somebody mentioned you in their story, then you get an automated reply right there. Another way, again, is the keyword reply trigger. And so that would be, again, if like say in a story, 30% off flash sale this weekend only, DM us the word discount for more information. Or if, say, you had an influencer say, hey, want 30% off this awesome wet bag, message them fall wet bag for coupon details. Key benefits of influencer marketing partnerships: it's powerful, prolific, social proof. Prolific meaning all the time. Powerful because these are people that their followers know, like, and trust. We gamify the promotion of our brand on social media, blogs, and more for our super fans, which makes it more fun for them. And then it's, again, of course, a built-in army of brand ambassadors persuasively promoting your products, and massive amounts of content generation by leveraging user-generated content. Now, some of the key benefits of chat marketing automation are you can achieve multiple objectives simultaneously. First, what you want to do is you identify a solid hook or a call to action and an entry point, and then you change the funnel as needed. So let's say the hook or the call to action is register your purchase for a free lifetime warranty upgrade, instant $5 cash back, automatic entry into our $100 discount, plus up to 50% off on all future launches, right? Like, that's a great hook. People would register their purchases for it, and then you could go through, see what data you want to gather, and then at the end you could change the bottom of the funnel, meaning what you're asking them to do. You could ask them to join your influencer team. You could ask them to purchase a new product, etc., etc. They have killer open and click-through rates in chat marketing, significantly better than within any other media, and it is fully customizable. So, like I said, if you want to learn more, I have actually about 12 more slides I didn't have time to cover this. So to get those, you can go to this link, link.tca.life/helium10nif, or if you just have your phone, you can scan that QR code. And what this is going to do is it's going to open up in Chatbot inside Facebook Messenger, and it's going to walk you through how you can download these slides. It'll deliver the slides to you via email. Once again, thank you so much for watching this. I know that I talked really quickly, but the best thing about this is you can pause it and rewind and slow down, and again, download the slides so that you can go through them with me. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, contact us on our website, thechatagency.com. My name is Paul Barron, and I hope to see you live at an event someday. If you've watched this and I see you live, let me know what you thought and how you've implemented it.